Next Legacy.
This is T.J Beezy, and you are now tuned in to Danaya Azure Radio. Let's go.
Hello, this is T.J Beezy. This is Danaya Azure Radio. How are you, sir?
Hey, how's it going, Danaya? How's everything been? Glad to hear your voice. What's up, Queen?
What is up? What is up, sir? What is to have you on the show today because you are doing so many incredible things. I first met you because you and Fireman, who was also been a guest on the show, started doing the music rooms on Clubhouse. So kind of explain how all of that started.
Yeah, so pretty much it was like about a year or so ago. Fireman was already doing the music rooms, and I guess it was pretty much something that, like, he was just doing, like, just to give the artists a chance to get their music heard. There wasn't really any, I guess you could say it wasn't really, like, organized in a way where, like, there was, like, schedules or anything like that. And pretty much there was a gentleman, I'm trying to think, what was his name? Darren Monroe was in Fireman's music room, and me and Darren Monroe were already cool because I was doing rooms previously, but it wasn't the Viral Love Train room. I was just doing, like, business and networking rooms. And when I came into Fireman's room, Darren Monroe pretty much told Fireman, he was like, hey, that's T.J Beezy. I vouch for him. You should definitely, like, connect and everything. And I will never forget it. It was a day when I was actually visiting. I was with my family in Maryland, and Fireman was hosting the music room, and it came to a point where he needed somebody to take over. Now, me and Fireman did not know each other at all personally, and he pretty much just asked the audience. He was like, hey, like, I need somebody to take over this music room who could do it. And, like, I want to say, like, 5 or 6 people talked all at once, including myself. But I guess my voice stuck out the most to him. And then he was like, look, I heard a lot of people trying to, like, take over the room to, like, continue this. He was like, I'm going to go ahead and give this to T.J Beezy because I need somebody with energy. And I guess, like, he heard that energy and passion in my voice. And, pretty much we started doing the music room then. And I was helping him out with it. Now, back then, I didn't have all the tools and the equipment like I have now. Literally, like, I was playing music off of, like, my car stereo, and I would just, like, put the phone
Wow.
up to, yeah. And it was awesome. Like, the rooms were just as lit, if not even more lit. And yeah, I would literally just be in the car. The people would email me their music. I would play it off my car stereo and then just put the phone up to the speakers. Supposedly the quality was still great and amazing, but obviously, as we continued, we wanted to get things to be a little bit better, more professional, which we did. But yeah, that's pretty much how me and Fireman met. And yeah, those music rooms are definitely, like, really special, really amazing, because a lot of people have made a lot of connections out of those rooms. And I know that Fireman's got a lot going on. I believe he's, like, down in Miami. His music is amazing itself. So, like, currently right now he's a little bit more focused on that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be bringing back those music rooms fairly soon.
That's super dope. Yeah, because when they had Fireman on, was right before he said his residence in Atlanta, and he was telling me that he was going to be going into the club on a fire truck. So just super awesome.
Yeah, I saw that poster. We added that to the Viral Love Train. Like, Fireman, his music is dope. It's amazing. He's an amazing person. His wife is a great connection, too. Like, they're an amazing team. I definitely recommend anyone who's not, aware of who Fireman Bands is, go check him out, check his music out, follow him on IG, because he's got a lot of amazing special things going on. Shout out to Fireman.
Most definitely. So you said before you did music rooms on Clubhouse, what were you doing in New York?
So before, like, Clubhouse and all that stuff, I was doing I was pretty much doing a music review show, but it was on Facebook. So pretty much what the situation was, a lot of people do these music rooms and stuff, and for me, like, I don't like to do stuff that is basic. I don't like to have competition. I don't like to have anybody to be able to compare what I'm doing to what they're doing. What I'm doing is always going to be different, unique, and special. So when I was doing my music review show on Facebook, a lot of other people would pretty much, go live in their home in their kitchen, in their living room, and they would just play artist music and give their feedback. For me, I wanted to have a different spin on it. So what I would do is, obviously with me living in New York City, that's like, the biggest city in the country. So literally I got this huge speaker, and this was in the middle of coronavirus and stuff. So New York City was kind of empty, and it allowed us to do a little bit more than what we normally could do. I would take my huge speaker, go down to Times Square, and I would go live on Facebook, and I would have artists submit their music onto my show, and then we would have people in the streets of New York give feedback on their music, and we would turn up party. It was amazing. Like the show was phenomenal. And I even had police officers who would come to me and they would say, look, what you're doing is technically illegal because you do not have a permit and you are literally throwing a party in the streets. However, it's an amazing show, and it's in the middle of coronavirus, and it's not like you're really disrupting things. So the police would actually allow me to continue to do my show, even though I did not have a permit. Unfortunately, due to the fact that Facebook is not my platform and they kind of get to pick and choose what goes on, Facebook started shadow banning my platform, and literally we went from having like 20, 30,000 viewers per show down to like a few hundred, and people were asking me, what's going on with the show? We can't see it. We can't find it. We don't know what's going on, and literally Facebook was making it so people could not tap in and find my show, which is very, very shameful, because at the end of the day, we were really helping artists get out there. Because let's say you're an artist in Arizona, or you live in like Utah or something like that. A lot of these people dream of having their music played in New York City, and especially in Times Square, the heart of the world. And I was giving that opportunity to them and letting people in the streets judge their music. There was no other platform that was doing that at all, and we were doing it. And on top of that, it was a party, so it wasn't just us playing music. We were turning up. Like, it was damn near like you getting a free music video, while we're playing your song in the background. So unfortunately, Facebook kind of put the brakes on that, which was all good. I obviously still had like my music connections and artists that were looking to get their music played. So when I came across Fireman Bands and what he was doing, that's when, we decided to connect, link up, and bring all of our connections together. And, that's how the music room continued to grow from there.
That is definitely what's up. And T.J Beezy, who is one of the amazing moderators on the Blackest Hat over on the Clubhouse, is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. So how in the world did you even get into this whole music realm and working with artists? Like what did you start out as an artist? Like how did your journey begin?
Yeah, so my music, I wouldn't even say career, because it was a short little stint. But I guess you could say me being in the industry started off when I was living in Maryland. So essentially, I started making music myself. I submitted it to a couple popular mixtapes. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hip Hop TXL. It's DatPip's most popular mixtape series. They've been dropping mixtapes for years. Literally, if you're familiar with the mixtape game, Hip Hop TXL. And the first song I ever created, I submitted to Hip Hop TXL, and they actually approved it, which was crazy to me, because at that point in time, I didn't know shit about the music industry. I didn't even know about needing to have your music mixed or mastered. And they took my song, put it on the professional mixtape, and the song was not mixed or mastered, but they really enjoyed it. And at that point in time, obviously, I had to pay for that, but your song does have to be approved for them to put it on their mixtape. So after, the Hip Hop TXL mixtape, I continued making songs and whatnot, and then Hip Hop TXL actually reached out to me, and they say, hey, look, we know that you were part of one of our previous mixtapes. We would like, to put you on another mixtape free of charge, but we just need for you to do a drop for us. So I created another song. I did a drop for their DJ and their mixtape series and everything. I want to say I was on about 3 Hip Hop TXL mixtapes, and essentially when it came down to being an artist and whatnot, I really definitely enjoyed it, but I felt as if that the support was not there. But, of course, all artists feel like that at some point or another. And then I kind of decided that instead of me wanting to be the artist, because, at the end of the day, I'm truly an introvert. So, I don't really care too much for, that attention and all that type of stuff. That's why if you notice, on the Viral Love Train, you'll never see a picture of me up there. I don't post pictures.
Right.
I'd rather get someone else lit, So, essentially, I said, instead of me being the artist, why not be the person that supports the artist to help them get their music out there, to help get them connections? Because in my book, that's pretty much like, I feel that that's the better role. I'd rather connect people in the background instead of having like the spotlight on me. So, yeah, like that's pretty much where we're at right now, where we're just trying to get artists like, their music heard, get them connections, get them in places where they wouldn't have been at before. At the end of the day, it's just networking, growing. And if I can help you get your music out there and I truly believe in it, I'll definitely fight for you and see what we could do.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about the Viral Love Train without giving it away. So just talk about how it came to be. Let's start there.
So for anybody who's not aware of what the Viral Love Train is, it's an event where we have hundreds of business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators, anybody who has something they're trying to promote. We come together and we engage with each other's social media platforms in an extreme manner to help manipulate the social media algorithm to give people the opportunity of going viral. So pretty much people will be able to put a post up, and then that post will be able to get hundreds of likes, comments, saves, and shares from real people with real businesses, real companies, and they're really looking at what you're doing. Now, the way that came about, when Clubhouse first started up, I was seeing that they had these engagement rooms going on. I was not an Instagram person. I still am not to this day. I know about Instagram, but I'm not a person that likes to post myself on there, that type of stuff, go live. Like that's just not me. But I was going to these engagement rooms on Clubhouse, and I was seeing how everybody else was running these engagement rooms. And then I just kind of noticed that, like, the people who were running these rooms weren't doing it for the right reasons. They truly didn't care about actually helping people grow. A lot of people were doing engagement rooms because it was a way for them just to have a big room with a big audience, and people want that audience because they want clout. Knowing me, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about like just having a big audience, just to have a big audience. If we're going to have a big audience, we're doing something and we're making something happen, and people are going to be winning out of it. So essentially, these engagement rooms were going on, and I came up with this idea because I was thinking, like, everybody's in these engagement rooms and they're pitching their brand and their business, and it's very slow. It takes a while for you to get your chance to pitch. When you do get to pitch, the engagement only lasts for like a couple minutes, and then they're on to the next person. So I was trying to figure out a way of how we can bring everyone together to make it easier for people to get engagement and at a longer rate. And I pretty much came up with the Viral Love Train idea, which is where we add everybody's posts to the Instagram story of the Viral Love Train page, and we send everyone to our IG story, and they save, share, like, and comment on each and every post that's on our IG story. When I came up with that idea, I didn't know that it was going to work. I didn't know it was going to be successful. It was just it was a shot in the dark. And, when I would create the Viral Love Train, pretty much I would go to all these different engagement rooms on Clubhouse, and I would tell people what my idea was, and I would say, hey, if you want me to add you to the Instagram story, tag me in a post of yours, and I'll add it to the story. And if I add you to the story, you have to tap in with every other post up there. I would go to like 4 or 5 engagement rooms and collect people from each room to do it. And eventually it got to the point where there was one group that was doing the engagement room, and they had it down packed. Like, they were professional, they were organized, there was no drama, they were business oriented. And I was like, okay, I relate to these people. I like what they're doing. Instead of me going to these 5, 6 different Clubhouse rooms and collecting people, let me make this group my home, and I'll stay here, and this will be the home of the Viral Love Train. And as we kept on doing the event, it got more successful. People started getting more engagement, and we started implementing more things. Right now, with the Viral Love Train, each post will have a number on it. It has instructions on what to do. Before then, there was none of that. It was just post on my IG story, no instructions, no numbers. Literally, I would just tell people in the Clubhouse room what to do and just hope it would happen. And I myself have never had a post on the Viral Love Train, so I actually don't know what the effects looks like as the for the person who does have a post up there. But from what they were telling me is that it's amazing, it works, and they're getting the most engagement that they've ever gotten in their life. And at the end of the day, when other companies and other brands and businesses go to their Instagram to see what they're doing, they see all that engagement. And they're like, this person has 100, 200 plus comments, and they only got like 2,000, 3,000 followers. Oh, that's crazy. Right. They really got something going on. Like, let me support this person. Let me give them an opportunity. Let me give them a deal. Let me pay them to post on their IG so they can get that type of engagement. There is no engagement event like the Viral Love Train in the world, but it really comes down to the community, because without the community putting the work in, we don't have a train. it doesn't move, nobody gets engagement. But due to the fact that everybody's serious about it, makes this event work. Like right now at this very second, we're conducting a Viral Love Train. The room doesn't open for another 2 hours, but there's already about 50 or 60 people who've already started tapping into the post on the Viral Love Train right now because they know it works.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that no one has to pay for the Viral Love Train. It's a free event. You pay if you want to. If you want to pay, you're paying because you want to get posted first. You want to get more engagement. You want more people to tap in with you. But we understand that there are companies and there's people who are just starting out, and they don't have that type of money to be paying for promotion. And that's totally okay because I was in that situation as well. And like I said, I wanted to be that person to offer that support that other people weren't getting. And the Viral Love Train provides that. People can come to our room, participate in the event, get a free slot on the train, get their Instagram ran up, get opportunities, get deals, get their music heard, get followers, and not have to pay a single dollar at all. There are certain people who have never paid for the Viral Love Train at all and have received thousands of likes, comments, saves, and shares and tap in every Thursday and Sunday. So I'm very proud of the Viral Love Train. However, it's just the beginning because we obviously do have a lot more growing to do, and eventually I want to get to the point where we're going to start booking celebrities to participate in the Viral Love Train, so that way we can have certain people of higher statuses tap into these posts that can vouch for these people's businesses. So now they're getting verified celebrities to say, hey, I like your content, I like your product, I like your service, and that's going to make other people want to buy from them and help them grow as well. So again, Viral Love Train's only been around for a little bit over a year. I definitely see this going way further. We obviously just added YouTube engagement, TikTok engagement as well. We can even do Google reviews. Literally anything that somebody needs for us to click on, if you need us to type in something on your page or whatever, we can do it. Just let us know. And if you don't have the money to pay for the service, support the community, and you can get that same exact service from us for free.
Exactly. T.J Beezy, who is one of the phenomenal moderators over at the Block is Hot on Clubhouse, is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. So the one thing that I definitely know from you specifically is that when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
When it comes down to my legacy, I just want to be known as that person that got people those opportunities that they weren't able to get before. And at the time, right now, I am doing that, but obviously I want to do it on a way bigger scale. Unfortunately, when it comes down to Instagram, they probably frown upon what we're doing because technically it is platform manipulation, but at the end of the day, it's more of us than there is of them, and we can overcome anything. So when people think of T.J Beezy, I want them to think of somebody that has helped hundreds of thousands of people get their brands and businesses off the ground. I would love for somebody to make it big and say, hey, I started off in the Viral Love Train, and I had a post up, and it really did blow up and went viral, and now I'm on TV, because obviously, like I said, I'm not looking for, that attention. I don't want that spotlight. I'm an introvert. I'd rather just be to myself and quiet, and that's pretty much how I am outside of Clubhouse. But I want to be able to get those people who are looking for those opportunities, and just by networking and connecting people, that can definitely happen. So when it comes down to my legacy, I want people to know T.J Beezy as the person that helped hundreds of thousands of people and got hundreds of thousands of people's opportunities that they probably would have never gotten before.
And that's why I definitely wanted to have him on today. Y'all see his energy. Y'all see his passion. I am part of the Viral Love Train. I absolutely love it. I've seen my Instagram just grow like crazy because of it. So I truly, truly appreciate you and every single thing that you do. Thank you for taking the time out to do the Viral Love Train and the music rooms. You really are changing lives when it comes to a lot of these artists and businesses. So that is super, super dope.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I truly appreciate it. And, anybody who's listening, you can always participate in the Viral Love Train. It's every Thursday and every Sunday night. You can go to the website, thevirallovetrain.com, go to our Instagram, @thevirallovetrain, tap in, and you'll see your Instagram grow right before your very eyes. You support us. We support you. It's all about the work that you put in, and hopefully we can make some celebrities, some very successful entrepreneurs off of this event. And I've had businesses tell me that they're companies literally run off of the connections that they got off the Viral Love Train. I'm sure you're aware of Ruby Designs Graphics. We say it in the room all the time. She's pulled in over $19,000 from connections that she's got off of the Viral Love Train room and turned into sales. It's all about the work that you put in, but I'm looking to give people millions of dollars, you know, so definitely.
I love it. How long has she been in the room?
She's been in the room, I want to say, participating for like damn near since we've begun. So about a year, but she just started recently tracking her sales off the Viral Love Train within the past like 4 or 5 months. So like, definitely last 4 or 5 months. I remember when she was saying, hey, I've made $3,000 off the Viral Love Train. Then it was $5,000. Now she has a higher ticket item. She does professional websites. So if you're looking for a professional website to be done, obviously you want to tap in with Ruby Designs Graphics. But the fact is that her work speaks for itself. She talks to people. She networks with them. She shows her product to the people in the community, and they buy because her services are one of a kind, just like the Viral Love Train.
Exactly. Go ahead and give your shout out, sir.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to shout out the Viral Love Train team. Obviously, you know Queen Judy, Sweet Drops.
Love her.
She, like, literally finding her was like a blessing because there is nobody else on Clubhouse. There's nobody else in the world that runs a Clubhouse room like Judy. She's compassionate. She's sweet. And the thing is that she's just like me. She truly cares. So when we're allowing people to pitch their brand and their business, she makes sure that people are tapping in, they're showing love, and that you're getting engagement even before the Viral Love Train starts. Obviously, the Viral Love Train team is myself, Judy. We got Malaysia, Nelkis, DJ G's, Trinidad Man. That's the core of the team, and we've been doing this for a while, and a lot of people will even say it on Clubhouse. There's no engagement room like the Viral Love Train because we're serious, we're professional, and we want to make sure that if you're coming to this room and you're expecting to get engagement and you're willing to put the work in, you will receive that. So definitely shout out to the Viral Love Train community as well because they put the work in to make this event happen. And, shout out to everyone who's listening to this interview right now. Definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in. And again, every Thursday night, every Sunday night, tap into the Viral Train. Even though we only host the event twice a week, understand this. You come in on Thursday night, your Instagram is blowing up for days afterwards. So it's not just you tap in Thursday night and then that's it. You tap in and put the work Thursday night, you're going to see results from the Viral Love Train days, if not weeks after the event is over with. And when you consistently participate in the event, you'll consistently see growth on your Instagram page from this event. So definitely tap in, and we cannot wait to see anybody who is listening to this interview come into the room and show love to the event.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. I cannot wait to see you today on the Viral Love Train. I'm about to make my posting a little bit, as a matter of fact. So you are super awesome, and I truly, truly appreciate you.
Okay, and I appreciate you too, Queen. And we're most definitely, obviously, we're going to post you on the Viral Love Train tonight. You always tap in, you always show love, and you always earn your free slot because you put the work in. So obviously, we're going to be running up your IG like crazy, Danaya. Can't wait to see you tonight, Queen.
Next Legacy.